So ITI Health is a platform-based company that is focused on the clinical development of an imaging agent for pancreatic cancer. It's based on the biomarker plectin, which was discovered by Dr. Kim Kelly at Harvard Medical School and who is now an associate professor of biomedical engineering at University of Virginia.
What we need in pancreatic cancer is a way to detect pancreatic cancer in its earliest stages when it's potentially curable. And that's what we think that we've found. We found a new marker or protein that identifies pancreatic cancer from other changes that aren't as deadly. We found this protein plectin. What happens in cancer is there's a lot of molecular mechanisms that go wrong in cancer. And so this protein that's normally in the cytoplasm now gets put on the cell surface. And by that action, it now makes it accessible so we can now detect it with our technologies.
Plectin molecule is extremely exciting as a new biomarker for pancreatic cancer. And so using that marker, we have targeting agents that take various things to tumors expressing this biomarker. Plectin itself is based on an extensive amount of data in humans, is expressed in nearly 100% of pancreatic tumors. So we think we've got an excellent biomarker for detecting pancreatic cancer.
So what I do is I screen for proteins or things that would be on the outside, on the cell surface of a cancer cell, but are not present in a normal. So that way we can do things like develop imaging, or we can develop targeted therapies. And with this technology, I thought, well, pancreatic cancer hasn't had progress in the last 40 years on changing really its death rate, its 5-year survival rate. Using this technology in this particular setting, in the setting of pancreatic cancer, would be really important because, again, early detection is one of the key things to moving that mark, that 5-year survival rate. And so being able to detect pancreatic cancer early is incredibly important.
The imaging agent is manufactured according to GMP regulations, and so it's already ready to be injected into humans for clinical testing.
And we've developed an imaging test that's probably one of the most sensitive imaging tests. So it's radionuclide based. You get more radiation from a CT scan than you would get from one of these tests. But it's radionuclide based, which is the most sensitive. And what sensitive means in this case, being able to see the smallest tumor possible. And that's what we need, because in pancreatic cancer, it can metastasize before it hits 1 centimeter cubed. So very, very small tumors can start to metastasize. So the smaller and more sensitive the test, the better.
We have an imaging agent that is poised to enter clinical development in the next 3 months. So Q4 of 2012, we anticipate having an IND filed with the FDA so that we could perform clinical studies with this potentially breakthrough technology.
We are hoping, really, with a successful imaging test, that we will be able to shift the prognosis for these patients, shift it from a 3 to 6 months or 15 months at best survival, and really shift it much longer. And so people will be around a lot longer for their grandchildren and for their children and all the wonderful things that are happening in their life.